Hi, how you doing? And it's Monday. Back to the weekly grind of working. Wasn't even that busy, and I was just tired when I got home. But uh, rested up. Been doing some mail, um, and I'm gonna do a review, show you some stuff. I got some letters. I got a letter from a good buddy TZ. Where do I start? Okay. Okay, Artie. Okay. 4/25/23. Thanks for the comics and zine. I was messing around with my 4-track last week, just taking sound bites from movies since I had to return the gear I was borrowing from my friend Jay. I got a bottle of this hemp olive oil as a birthday gift a few weeks ago. It's supposed to be CBD, non-THC, so you're not supposed to get high. But I felt a little groovy when I dressed some spinach raviolis with it. So I asked my buddy Morrison about it, and it does have some THC in it. It's from an early batch one of his friends' neighbors whipped up. Anyway, I was already smashed on vodka and these 9.1 pints of beer from the closeout bin, and my recorder and effects processor got tangled up and were yanked off of the table they were on, and both got pretty banged up. I guess it's a sign to take a break for a while. I don't know if I already spoke of my video score the other day. I know I spoke of Cold Sweat and that turd of a movie, Dark Was the Night. The only other Dollar Tree flick from that lot that was okay was a horror thriller called The Disappointments Room. Oh, and a film called Free Ride with Anna Paquin. It wasn't horror, but I love her. The other DVDs I got from Willimantic Records, besides Cold Sweat, were two sets. Were two sets. All three Porky's movies and Mystery Science Theater 3000 Volume 4. It's pretty awesome. I'd like to get those others as I used to watch that show on TV. This volume has a Ted V. Mickles flick, Girl in Gold Boots, which I really liked. Well, just wanted to get back to you. Beware the Dim Mac Killer. So thanks, TZ. And not only did I get a letter from TZ today, I got a letter from Food Fortunata of the legendary Sockeye and what else is this? Fossil Fuel, the 100-story building drowning in cum. I think that it's called Breathalyzer. Food has so many great projects. So let's read what he had to say. Hey, thanks for the movies. I'll check them out soon. Yeah, I'm not much of a Tom Cruise fan. He creeps me out with his Scientology shit. I do like him in Born on the 4th of July, though. I'm not familiar with Dying Fetus. The name is familiar somehow, but I don't think I've ever heard them. I asked him if he knew Dying Fetus. I got these CDs from Secret Records for super cheap just to pass them around. I think their label puts out some interesting stuff. And then I asked him about Nirvana. Nirvana, I don't dislike them or anything. I just never really got too excited about them back in the late 80s and early 90s. I traded a lot of tapes with a guy from Seattle, and he taped the early records for me. Just kind of got lost in all of that other Seattle grunge stuff. I liked Mudhoney and Green River a lot better. Well, thanks again for the videotapes. I'll let you know when I watch them. I should have time pretty soon. Take care, and thanks. Your pal, Food. Yeah, I'd sent him Payback and Mission Impossible 2, which I think are good movies. Everyone rags on Mission Impossible 2 like it's the worst of the series, but it's John Woo. I like it. So I'm going to review Volume 1, Issue 1 of Attic Basement Zine. The Sword and Sorcery issue. So this is done by Reagan McKenzie. Her zine was originally called Idle Hands, but she explains she just didn't think it fit and she wanted to change it, so she started a new zine, Attic Basement. And yeah, this is all Sword and Sorcery issue. She reviews mainly movies and books, and she has an interview with this Bludgeon. They do this comic Berserker. Some cool art. And she reviews Deathstalker, The Barbarians, The Warrior and the Sorceress, and just books, some books I've never heard of. She reviews The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, um, Bloodstone by Carl Edward Wagner. She reviews Sorceress, which I remember seeing when I was, well, I didn't know it was a sorceress, but it had a pan guy in it, and I always remember that, and I could never remember what that movie was. But it's Sorceress. She reads Highlander, Ator, The Fighting Eagle, a Dungeon Synth Zine. So yeah, just a lot of stuff. When she reviews, I'll just go on and on. Fire and Ice and Conquest, both which I really, really like. So it's pretty good. The only thing that I'll say, I mean, it's a minor nitpick, is just that some of the pictures don't come out the greatest that she copied on here. That's about it. I read it pretty quick too, and it's not small. Oh, and she reviewed something I really want to see now, the Spine of Night. It's on Amazon Prime, so yeah, I gotta watch that. So Attic Basement, she's on Instagram, Idle Hands. You can find her there. So yeah, I totally recommend it. Contact her on Instagram and ask her how. I guess maybe send her like $2 or $3 or stamps, or if you have something to trade, I'm sure she'll trade. I don't see why not. If you have like if you do music or whatever. I mean, she doesn't specifically say that, but anyone who does a zine usually will trade. Some of this garbage. And lastly, I guess I don't know if I'll show you all this now, but I got the Bollywood horror collection. And I pre-ordered it, and it's 6 movies and a book. But I'll save it for later. I don't want this to like overshadow the zine and the letters I got, because I always get home and I always check the mailbox, and I was like, man, I got some from Food and TZ, because I was really tired, and they always like, it's a pick me up when I get a letter from someone I write all the time and trade with, and like have gotten to know better than other people. So I got this, I got the Bollywood, and I'll do another video and show you more in depth, but I just wanted to show you. I'll show you. We'll go away with the book.